Okej, halo, witam serdecznie. Kolejny odcinek z serii Genshin Impact, już numer 71. No i po raz kolejny ciśniemy w ten patch 2.1. No i w dzisiejszym odcinku postaram się rozwiązać tą misję główną z fortu Mumei. Czyli to jest nasza misja fabularna. Ostatnio właśnie dowiedzieliśmy się o niej od tej całej Sangonomi Kokomi, tak ona się nazywała. Więc zobaczymy, co tym razem z tego wyjdzie. Kolejny patch właśnie wyszedł dopiero właśnie dzisiaj, jak to wszystko nagrywam. Więc dużo nowości. Zobaczymy, co tym razem z tego wyjdzie. Być może dostaniemy się także na tą zupełnie nową wyspę. Właśnie mamy do czynienia z zupełnie nową krainą, ale w tym miejscu nas jeszcze niestety nie było.
Let's see what we can find. These electro monuments look a little suspicious.
No niby strzeliłem, ale to trzeba zrobić w jakiejś odpowiedniej kolejności, czy jak? Jasna sprawa, czyli trzeba to po prostu szybko wszystko strzelić i chyba powinna być sprawa załatwiona, więc come on. Czy tym razem damy radę? Kurde, z takim jeszcze w sumie nie walczyłem, ogromnym wrogiem. To dosyć interesujący przeciwnik tego rodzaju, no ale jakoś jeszcze dajemy radę. Który to jest poziom 70? Dobra, może go do wody jeszcze zepchnę. Czy coś z tego wyjdzie? Dobra, bo ja bez przerwy pływam, ten koleś jest taki ogromny, najlepiej jeszcze rzuca jakimiś elektrycznymi strzałami.
That's over. As monsters go, that one was pretty tough. But what's such a huge Thunderhelm Lodge Earl doing here in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. Also, the atmosphere here gives Paimon the creeps. Anyway, the good thing is that it's over now. We should probably get going. Tepe? What are you doing here?
Wow.
Jakieś szare
This is
włosy
a
ma?
surprise. I didn't know you were the ones investigating here. I just got back from delivering some supplies to the front line. I figured I'd stop by and clear any threats in this area on the way back.
Are you alright there, buddy? You're looking slightly the worse for wear.
I'm fine.
to jest COVID?
It's nothing. I must have caught a cold a couple of days ago while I was out at sea. On my way past, I heard that someone had just arrived on the island to investigate, so I thought I'd come and take a look. If there'd been some real danger, I might have had the chance to be the hero. Shame it was just you guys. I guess I came here for nothing.
Tepe, don't you think there's something strange about this place?
Now that you mention it, there is something a little off about it. It could be that the Tatarigami is more palpable here, I guess. We're not that far away from Orobashi's remains.
Orobashi? Who's that?
A god. Look, there's the corpse over there.
Ah! It's a gigantic snake skeleton! Oh, it looks terrifying!
Orobashi was the one who brought our ancestors from Enkanomiya up to the surface. That's the origin of the Watatsumi Island you know today. Our ancestors regarded it as a guardian deity. But during the Archon War, Orobashi invaded Yashiori Island. The Raiden Shogun came out in person and slew Orobashi with the Muso no Hitotachi. That same slash also formed what later became known as Musojin Gorge.
The Raiden Shogun created Musojin Gorge in one slash? Wow, that's pretty incredible!
Yes, but the Archon War was brutal. And Yashiori Island was completely destroyed during that battle. They say the Shogun lost something very dear to her along the way, too. Since Orobashi's death, there has always been some animosity between Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate, but our different beliefs have nothing to do with why the resistance was formed. We only rose up to fight against the Vision Hunt Decree. When Orobashi attacked civilization, the Shogun stood up and put a stop to it. But now that the Shogun is stripping people of their ambitions with the Vision Hunt Decree, It's time for someone to stand up and stop the Shogun. All right, I'm heading back. I was just dealing with some of the Shogun's elite samurai, so I think I'm gonna take a quick breather, and it's on to my next assignment. You should report back to Sangonomiya as soon as possible. Don't stay here longer than you need to. Being around the Tatarigami too long won't do your health any good.
Dobra, uważaj na siebie.
Hey, don't worry about me. Peak condition.
To jest jakieś dziwne miejsce, tak jakby ludzie się szybciej starzeli na tych wyspach.
Teppei's sure made some big progress if he's already dealing with shogunate samurai. Paimon can hardly believe it. Let's report back to Kokomi.
Wydaje mi się, że ludzie tak jakby szybciej się starzeli na tych wyspach, ale być może główni bohaterowie są na to odporni, ponieważ są jakimiś bogami. Na przykład ten główny bohater, ten Aether, czy także ta Lumin, ta druga bohaterka, którą również można grać. Wiem, że to są akurat bogowie i wydaje mi się, że tak samo jest właśnie z tą naszą Paimon, przepraszam. Kurde, zapominam najgorzej, czy jestem taki stary. No nie. Dobra, w takim razie ruszamy. Musimy w takim razie teleportować się i zareportować to wszystko naszej dowódczyni, czyli oczywiście z tej Sangonomiyi Kokomi. I ona już rozmawia z tym swoim generałem, więc witam.
Kokomi, we're back! Oh, look, Goro's here too! What happened? They look so serious.
Approximately how many people are exhibiting these symptoms?
I haven't had the chance to do a full count yet.
Kokomi, Goro, what's going on?
Recently, some of our soldiers started showing symptoms of accelerated aging.
Właśnie,
I called them
dobrze
in for
mówiłem.
questioning and found out they'd privately acquired some secret weapons from our sponsor. Most of them are highly ambitious types, vehemently opposed to the Vision Hunt decree. They've been using these new weapons secretly since getting a hold of them.
So that's why the war has been going unusually well. But risky secret weapons are not the answer. We must put a stop to it immediately. Goro, have you managed to acquire one of these weapons?
Well, most of the officers refused to hand them over. Still, I did manage to get one.
No trudno.
Do you know something about this?
It's Fatui Delusion?
So that means our secret sponsor is the Fatui?
But why would the Fatui do this? Forget that. There's no time. Right now we need to inform the whole army to cease using their delusions immediately. All soldiers who have shown symptoms are to be taken for treatment. I just hope we'll be in time to save them.
Wait a second. Speaking of soldiers with symptoms...
No to ten Teppei jest chory.
No! Surely he can't have... let's go check on him.
Nagle będzie jakimś dziadkiem. Nie no, jak gdyby była taka broń, co powoduje automatyczne starzenie, to jest całkiem OP. To wystarczy dawać dzieciom i proszę bardzo. Od razu mamy wojowników, najlepiej. Więc to może iść w obie strony. Dajemy dzieciom i od razu, proszę bardzo, mężczyźni wspaniali, nie wiem, powiedzmy w tydzień. Kurde. Proszę bardzo, jakie znam już OP taktyki. Dobra, w takim razie chodźmy do tej naszej wioski. Tego całego Teppeja, tych koszarów, jeżeli dobrze pamiętam. I zapewne czegoś się zaraz dowiemy. Czy ten koleś jeszcze będzie żył?
Oh,
O, dziadek jest.
hey guys. What are you doing here? Just a moment, let me get up. Ugh. It's weird. I don't know where all my strength's gone.
Teppei, ile ty masz lat?
Oh, right, yeah. I haven't had time to give you the full details. Well, I made a lot of great contributions to the war effort lately. Fighting the Shogun's army at sea, taking on Shogunate samurai all by myself, rescuing my comrades from an ambush. Things I never would have dreamed I could do when you first met me. If only I were stronger still. The stronger I am, the more I can do for the resistance. Wait a sec. Where's my secret weapon gone?
Dobra, powiedz coś o tej broni.
It wasn't long after you were made captain of Swordfish 2. I met these mysterious people. Said they were with our supporters. They gave it to me and said that as long as I have the will to become stronger, his secret weapon will answer my call. It's just like a vision, isn't it? Of course, I've never used a vision, so I wouldn't know the difference.
Czyli to zdrajcy z tego Fetui.
Delusion. Oh God. Doesn't sound very good. So, what's the difference between a delusion and a vision?
Czyli to, co ty wziąłeś, to niestety pogarsza zdrowie i wysysa chęć do życia.
Gosh. Well, I suppose it's not too surprising that a mysterious weapon of unknown origins would come with its risks. I've been getting more and more tired over the past few days, and I have this strange sense of dread. At first, I'd find I was a little more beat than usual after a battle. Didn't think anything of it. But today, I got back and suddenly my vision was going blurry. This is a real shame. There I was, thinking I was catching up with you. Guess I didn't receive the favor of the gods after all. Hey, would you do something for me? When our uniforms are ready, grab mine for me. Bring it back here, and we can change together. What's that look for? Don't worry, partner. As soon as I've rested up, I'll be right as rain. Right as rain, I tell you. As soon as I've rested up.
Tepe!
No cóż, Fatui za tym stoi.
Hey, where are you going? Hey!
Mordujemy Fetui, tak jest, o to chodzi. Chcą zamordować tego Tepeja, nie będzie tak łatwo. W takim razie zobaczmy, gdzie oni mogą w ogóle być. Jest jakaś misja z tym powiązana? Jest. Rzeczywiście i to bardzo niedaleko, okej. W takim razie, o proszę bardzo, więc witam serdecznie.
How's Tepe's condition?
Czemu nikt z nas tego nie zauważył?
I have put out the order to seize all delusions. The vast majority are showing some loss of vitality, but nothing serious. Sadly, a few have been less fortunate.
Your Excellency, I'm planning to establish a dedicated field hospital to monitor their condition. The soldiers are up in arms about the ban, though. They know full well what a delusion is, but they still intend to keep using them.
Okay, I'll leave you to deal with the situation. I have to get to the front line. This whole fiasco is certain to be a blow to morale. If the Shogun's army attacks now while we're scrambling to recover, it could well undo everything we have achieved so far. What are your thoughts?
Ja pójdę skonfrontować się z Fetui bezpośrednio.
No, it's too dangerous. The Sakoku decree is still in force, so their delusions must be produced within Inazuma's borders. To organize an operation of this scale, they will have had to mobilize a huge amount of manpower and resources. They can't have done it without local support. If we want to stop them, we have to destroy the factory where the delusions are made. But it's sure to be heavily guarded. It's dangerous to go alone. At least take some troops with you.
Nie ma na to czasu.
Your Excellency, given the urgency of the situation, we were hardly discreet when confiscating the delusions. The Fatui are sure to take notice. If we spend any longer amassing our forces, they will get wind of our plans and make their escape.
Very true. Let me think. I gave this some thought while you were confiscating the delusions. The side of the factory must be big and secluded, but close enough to a transport route to ensure the supply of raw materials. Not many places meet these criteria, and if we take the locations where our soldiers receive their delusions into account as well, I suspect the site is likely to be the cliffs, near the ocean at the southwest of Yashiori Island. I'm not going to stop you, but please, be careful. We have lost too many courageous fighters already. I don't want to lose you too.
Dobra, w takim razie ruszamy.
Huh? You mean to the Delusion factory? Really? You aren't gonna think it over first? Fine.
Dobra, raszujemy na całą armię wroga od razu. Najlepsza taktyka. Dobra. W takim razie, gdzie to się znajduje? Czy to będzie... tędy, okej. Być może zostaniemy później przetransportowani na tą nową wyspę. Zobaczymy, czy to będzie w ogóle jakkolwiek możliwe. W sumie jest to całkiem niedaleko, jeżeli zobaczycie. No ale to nie jestem jeszcze do końca przekonany. Dobra, w takim razie... musiałbym jakoś chyba piętro niżej zejść? Ciężko w sumie stwierdzić. Search for the place where the delusions are being made. Wydaje mi się, że to może jakoś piętro niżej. Kurde. A może jakieś jaskinie są do tego specjalne? No mamy jakichś wojowników, nie wiem, kurde. Szczerze mówiąc, to ciężka sprawa. A zaraz, patrzcie na to, mamy jakąś chyba jaskinię. Dobrze, dobrze widziałem jednak, całe szczęście. Tak bym poszedł w głupią stronę, dobra. Mamy questa. Dobra. Idziemy naszą główną ekipą. Czy jednak na razie nie idziemy na tą wyspę, tylko będziemy walczyli w takim... nie wiem, może trochę trudniejszym dungeonie. What the hell? Okej, czyli mamy te wszystkie pułapki. Jasna sprawa, ale w sumie nie zadają one jakoś zbytnio dużo. Jakieś za 2000. Dobra. O, to chyba należałoby jakoś zebrać. Bo to chyba dawało im trochę więcej siły. No i idziemy na samą walkę. Mogą być jednak trochę trudniejsze dungeony, więc trzeba będzie się skupić. Dobra, od razu wszystkie skille. Proszę bardzo. Całe szczęście ulti tej Ayaki daje całkiem sporo. No i teraz jeszcze ulti Diluka. To zaraz powinno chyba ich wszystkich porobić. Tylko ten jeszcze posiada jakieś nieprzyjemne skille. O, tą trzeba zaatakować. Dobra, i teraz armor jego został całe szczęście przebity. A to jest jeszcze jakieś ukryte przejście. Nawet trzeba się tędy udawać. Zanim to zrobię, wydaje mi się, że to dałoby radę zebrać. Te całe diamenty nie da rady. A widziałem takie diamenty w normalnej rozgrywce. I wtedy dawało się to wszystko robić. A teraz nie da rady. Dobra, w każdym razie piętro niżej schodzimy. Więc tym razem... o!
Is this what delusions are made from? So much crystal marrow. Now where have we seen that before? Wait a second. Are they getting this from Riku? So the Kanji Commission are...
Dobra, w takim razie skupmy się przede wszystkim na tym magu. On jest dosyć dużo damage ma, więc myślę, że najpierw na nim się przede wszystkim skupię. Pamiętam, że raz mnie mocno urządził i do tej pory mu to pamiętam. Gdzie on teraz jest? No dobra, po robocie, więc to już raczej powinna być większa prościzna. Dobra, jeden załatwiony. Ten armor należy z wody zgasić, więc proszę bardzo, akurat Barabara się przyda. No i to już w zasadzie chyba prościzna. Ostatni przeciwnik, come on. Ile to jeszcze masz zdrowia? Co mu się stało? No sobie, bo robimy postępy. Przy okazji widzę jeszcze jakieś dziwne rzeczy w tym miejscu. Dałoby radę to jakkolwiek z góry zniszczyć, jakoś spaść na to. Nie widzę takiej możliwości z fruwaniem. Chyba że tędy jakoś dałbym radę. Ciężko w sumie stwierdzić. Nie da rady, niestety. Pick up. Dobra, i mamy drugą kulę oraz jakiś zwój jeszcze dodatkowy. Więc jeżeli chcecie, to sobie poczytajcie, macie na samym dole. Ja osobiście takie rzeczy raczej już będę pomijał. No i co, chyba nie ma co więcej przedłużać. Czy to już jest wszystko na to pomieszczenie, tak? Więc ruszamy dalej. O, patrzcie, jeszcze jakieś pułapki. Ciekawe, dobra.
We'd better watch our step or we might
Już jakaś elektryczność niżej chyba? Nie wiem, na speedrunie to wszystko przyszedłem i w zasadzie tyle zero damage'a. Ale co w związku z tym teraz? Te wszystkie platformy? Na czym to polega? Ta gra zamieniła się w platformówkę. No i teraz z tym jeszcze to chyba powinno załatwić sprawę. Jak oni żyli w takim miejscu? Dobra. Patrzcie, jak się to przechodzi na speedrunie. Nic mnie nie trafi. I mamy kolejną kulę? Czy to już wystarczy? Coś, że mnie by zdobył. Dobra, w takim razie chyba trzeba spadać. Chwila, moment. Czyli to już są wszystkie kule, tak? Dobra. Więc teraz przejdziemy na ostatnią walkę z jakimś bossem zapewne. Jak to zazwyczaj wygląda. No, dosyć mało przyjemni. Aż ciężko powiedzieć, na kim miałbym się teraz skupić. Kurde, ale obrywam. 3 dużych bossów na raz. Nie jest to jednak prosta sprawa. Dobra, mamy ulta na Diluku. Więc powinno to jednak dużo załatwić. No i jeszcze ostatni został, więc da radę to wszystko zwyciężyć. Czyli na elektryczność widzę, że te zimowe skille dobrze sobie radzą. Dobra, jeszcze inne postacie wykorzystajmy, jeszcze inne bonusy, żeby się to wszystko kombowało. Dobra, czyli po raz kolejny mamy trochę większą ilość wrogów, jeszcze jakiegoś Nataszka, boss się nazywa? No dobra, niech będzie mój tak. Na samym początku się na tym skupię mniejszym. Dobra, jeszcze ulta odpalmy. Ten musi właśnie tą barierę mieć zdjętą, no i teraz można cisnąć dalej. Więc proszę bardzo. No i teraz skupmy się na ostatnim bossie. Co za skille posiada? Jakaś teleportacja. Dosyć unikalna sprawa. Kurde, jeszcze mi jakoś koleś podniósł. Ciekawe są te wszystkie skille. Dobra, w takim razie proszę bardzo, odpalamy wszystkie kombosy, jeszcze ją zamrozimy. Więc damage wchodzi całkiem niezły. Gdzie jesteś teraz, wrogu? Trzymaj ulta. Dobra, come on. A, już nie mam jeszcze skilli. Muszę trochę dłużej poczekać. No i to chyba powinno już załatwić sprawę. Patrzcie, jakie kombosy. No i tyle.
You actually managed to find this place.
O, ten jeszcze.
Congratulations. Ha! Barely 2 words in, and you already look like you want me dead.
Czyli to ty stoisz za tą całą zdradą.
Oh, so that's what this is about. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm just here to follow orders. I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? Go get them. You're getting all worked up over nothing. You've changed. You're getting weak.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you call it anything more? It's the way of the world. Human life is worthless. They were always going to die, with or without a delusion. At least having one gives them a chance to fulfill their ambitions. Do you have any idea how useful the Vision Hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Obviously, it was in our best interests. Good news is, our hard work is finally paying off. Generating conflict creates a big market for delusions. Now we just let the promise of power draw in the weak. For just a small price, they get the feeling of controlling the world, trading their life for supreme power. Pretty good deal, don't you think?
So, the Fatui started the Vision Hunt decree? You've been behind it all along?
From the outside, Inazuma looks pretty impenetrable. But on the inside, it's a land of opportunity. With a little effort, we were able to break them down from within. Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile. Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. He's a lost cause, just like a bubble on the water. beautiful for a moment, then total destruction. The more it takes from them, the more tightly they hold on to it. And the more incompetent they are, the more determined they are to fight it. It's such a farce. You have to see the funny side.
Jak śmiesz tak oszukiwać Tepeja?
Hey, calm down!
Będzie wojna.
No!
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills this factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
O, jeszcze ta jest. Co ona w tym miejscu robiła? Dajcie spokój.
Repeat after me.
A nie, może chciała nas uratować.
1, 1, 2, 3.
Jej Miko?
Oh, you recognize me right away. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news. It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something. How come you're acting so differently from when we first met you?
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other shrine maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
Paimon didn't quite follow.
Study humans a while longer, my little friend. You'll see what I mean.
Dobra, w każdym razie, jak udało ci się powstrzymać tamtego kolesia?
Right! Paimon was so focused on the traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scaramouche off our backs.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I had the balladeer down on his knees, begging for mercy in an instant? Would you believe me? Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more about how exactly you're going to thank me, no? Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought.
Dobra, w takim razie dziękuję serdecznie, ja sama.
I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your words. The delusions. They're still on your mind, aren't they?
No niestety.
You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's also issued a strict ban on the use of delusions across the whole army. With their stronghold exposed, I doubt the balladeer is stubborn enough to try and retaliate now on his colleagues' behalf. It would be more trouble than it's worth. I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui getting a taste of their own medicine. Well, anyway, that Songonamiya Kokomi, she really outdid herself this time. I'd love to have another chat with her again in person. But alas, belief systems can be such a hindrance sometimes.
A hindrance? Should you really be saying that as the Gucci of the Grand Shrine?
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying so that you can focus on something I need you to do for me.
W takim razie, czego potrzebujesz?
You've met her, right?
Raiden Shogun?
I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes?
To miejsce, gdzie była walka z bossem?
Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the traveler met later? And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
Były pojedyncze różnice między tymi dwoma osobami, znaczy nie w wyglądzie, w zachowaniu może.
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
So, that place that she carved open with her sword...
The plane of euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus on the pursuit of eternity. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity.
Zongli też o tym wspominał.
You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Liyue's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhongli was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum and locking herself in her room. Don't you think? The grand notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The fear of loss.
Cały czas nie do końca rozumiem, czego ode mnie oczekujesz.
The truth is, we are on the same side. You want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it. The key is that the plane of euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
So this is your plan? To abolish the Vision Hunt decree? Not by talking her out of it, or through an armed resistance, but by, hopping inside the Raiden Shogun's inner world?
You're a fast learner. In short, this is the last chance to get Inazuma back on track. Otherwise, an eternity of darkness awaits.
Ale dlaczego ja?
Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. The fact that you could appear there tells us one crucial thing. That you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's because she has never seen an individual who is so unpredictable in the face of eternity.
Has no one else ever been in there?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. In fact, no one even knows what it looks like in there. Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key to all of this. To that I say, well done, child. You did not disappoint me after all.
Wait, you're leaving? Where are you going?
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you. Come along.
Okej. W takim razie, gdzie to się w ogóle znajduje? Czy w tym miejscu będziemy mieli jakiś program do nauki walki na tego Shoguna, nie wiem? Mniej więcej tak to się wszystko prezentuje. Ciekawa sprawa. Dobra, w każdym razie w tym miejscu chyba zakończę dzisiejszy materiał. W sumie udało się już cokolwiek rozwiązać w dzisiejszym materiale. Więc tak, więc w przyszłym odcinku postaram się kontynuować tą główną fabułę właśnie z tego miejsca. No i zobaczymy, może w przyszłym odcinku jeszcze przejdę sobie tędy na tą zupełnie nową krainę, no i odkryjemy jakieś ciekawe lokacje. Dobra, więc na dzisiejszy materiał to było na tyle, więc ja się z wami żegnam, no i do jutra.